Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back again with some locals. Today we are on Pure Yummy, and we are playing against Dracotail. We have quite a few Dracotail players at our locals right now, and so I'm getting a lot of experience playing against it. So our opening hand. Imagine just whipping out a package of ham. So we got Cupsy, Called By, Purge, Talents, and Veiler. So we lose the die roll here. Sammy's going to go first. And so he's looking through his hand, and apparently he's bricked up pretty bad, and so he passes it over. And then draw phase, he's going to go Fua, for which we have the Called By the Grave, which is going to let us play quite a bit. He doesn't have a second one, so we're looking pretty good here. So here, we're going to start by leading with Veiler. Take a peek through our build just to make sure that we are, in fact, on Almirage. So we're going to go normal Veiler, and then we're just going to link it into the Almirage. And then we're going to go into the Cupsy. And we'll go Cupsy effects, see if he's got an Ash. And he has the Ash, which is great. And so we're just going to go Talents to look, see what we need to play through here. He's got Crowley and he's got Pan. And so we are going to rip the nib, and then he's going to scoop it up there. He asks me if I can kill him, and I surely can. And so we are going to go to game 2 here. So we're thinking about some siding patterns. We are putting in 3. We're playing the Contact C, Retaliating C package. 2 Retaliatings, 1 Contact, and then we got 3 evenly matched. And then we're taking out 3 of our Drolls. And then here, as we're going through, it feels like I've just been playing. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In like forever, so I'm thinking about siding out these purges. At one point, I think tonight, I think about siding out Bell against Dracotail, and I literally took them out of my main deck and started shuffling. And I was like, wait a second, Bell is great into Dracotail, and so I put him back in. But we're taking out. It looks like it was I think I'm taking out the Trinity here, the Talents, Called By, and the Crossout. Here it is. There you guys saw. Right there, we're taking out the bells. Don't do it. Put those back in. Put them back in. It's the Matthew McConaughey meme. No, wait. Don't let him leave. So we're siding out a Veiler. Are we siding out Veilers right now? Veilers are pretty good. You keep them off the Arthalion. But we'll see how it goes. I wish I could give you guys better insight into what I was thinking. But yeah, we took out the Veilers for the Retaliating Seas, just because they are live with the Rahu and the I guess the Q2, right? It technically has an effect that summons, and so we'll give it a quick shuffle. I like evenly match. Again, if you've watched the channel for a while, I'm a big fan of evenly match into Dracotail, just because even if they set up a minimal board, you're still likely to at least get rid of some of their traps. Obviously they can also, go Malulu, chain the horn or whatever, and then bounce back the Malulu and at least save it. But this is a hand of all times. We got Cookie, we got Ash, and then we got our 3 Ghost Bells. So I'm not a big fan of this hand. This doesn't look good for me. but we'll see how things play out. I mean, Ghost Bell's pretty good in this matchup. Ash will be nice. We'll at least be able to have a Ghost Bell for Horn on their turn. But he's going to lead with Femina here to fuse. And then he's going to go a couple materials from the hand. So Femina, you can discard her from your hand to fusion summon a spellcaster or a dragon. And so they're going to go Arthalion, targeting Femina and Crowley, and then Malulu to set. And we don't have a Veiler or Imperm, so we're going to let that go through. So he's going to place Rahu, add those two back, and then the Crowley is going to special summon from hand. And then he's going to go effect to fuse. And so he's going to fuse off the Femina and the Crowley to go into a monster that I don't actually know what it is because I don't know this deck very well. But I think he goes into, I believe it's Zeroa or something like that. It's the one that he can equip stuff to. So he's looking through his options here. Let's see. So I'm looking at Crowley just so I can figure out what it does and make sure that I understand it, as if that's going to help. And so he's going to summon into... Oof, that is not the Zeroa. Is it Awis? Yes, that's Awis. Nice. And so he's going to place the K2. And so, what is Awis? It's a quick effect, target something, equip this. It's basically a snatch deal type thing. He's going to go key 2 to add. He's got 2 cards in hand. And so we are going to Ash that because we're going to try to keep him off of literally anything. And so he's going to go Rahu. He's going to send the Urgula. And so he's going to go Urgula and Ash. Or, yeah. And then he's going to summon out the Gulamel. And then he's going to go Urgula to targeting the Femina, add back. At that point, we're going to drop Ghost Bell just so we keep him off of that extra body. So we have... So... And then I believe he sets one and then passes on over. So we're dealing with a snatch deal. We top deck into a 1-for-1, which is alright. And so from here, we're thinking about what we want to do here, right? Because he's got a snatch deal to steal whatever we're going to summon. And then we don't know what the set is, but we can probably assume that it is going to be one of his traps, one of the Dracotail traps. So we're going to hold on to one of the Ghost Bells. But we're going to go 1-for-1 so we don't use our normal summon. And the nice thing is if it's one of the traps... Okay, so he's got Flame, tries to negate, and so we're going to chain Flame here. Or not Flame. We're not going to chain Flame. He's going to chain Flame. We're going to drop Ghost Bell to keep him off of a Gulamel pop, but also to stop the 1-for-1. So we can go Cupsy here. Cupsy is going to add, and then he's going to target to steal. And so what that does is it targets one of my monsters, and then takes it, and then equips that Awis to it. And so we're going to add the surprise. We're just kind of going over the effects of the quick play. Sammy's taking a little bit of a break from Yugi for a little bit, so these cards are still pretty new. I did discard the surprise when that should be in our hand. So we're gonna go Cookie, and so we're just gonna go Cookie to target the, what's that? The Arthalion, to make it weaker, just so that way we can kind of get a play going. And so from here, we're looking at trying to set up a board, right? We'll link the Cookie off into the Snatchy, try to place a field spell, and just keep playing. And so from here, we will link into Snatchy. And so we'll go Snatchy, effective place. He's got a Veiler. Wild. Yeah, I don't believe we knew that he had that Veiler ever, so we'll have to use a surprise to summon the Cookie from the graveyard. And so we're not going to be able to kill because we no longer have access to our spell cards, because we already used Cupsy to add, and then we used Snatchy to attempt place, which got stuck. So we're just going to try to set up a little bit of a different board here. So we're going to go Cupsy to add and discard one. We'll add the missing links, right? We're adding Lollipo, and then we're adding Cupsy. And then we'll probably just discard the Lollipo, that way we have it engrave, and we're seeing if there's anything worth banishing there. So we're discarding Cupsy because we're not going to get a draw off of it at this point, but we'll go Snatchy, and then we'll go Lollipo. So we're going to target Urgula to shuffle it back. We opted for the Urgula instead of the Phimina, just because if the Urgula's out and he top deck into Lucius or something, then he's going to be able to send stuff and be able to get it back with the Urgula. So this way, at least he's going to have to use Kitu or Rahu in order to get it back in rotation. But we're going to go Lollipo, summon 2 from the grave. And we're summoning two normal bodies, or 2 main deck names here. And then at this point, I'm thinking about what I want to do. We have the Herald line open to us, but it's pretty bad because we just end on Herald and a Snatchy, which isn't going to do anything since we don't have the quick play. And so right now I'm eyeing the Uka, just because we have the Lollipo live for a bounce, and then we also have 2 bodies that we can just go into the Uka, add back the quick play, and then go from there. So we go Uka, target the surprise to set it. And then from here, because we have the surprise, now we can at least get rid of both the Urgula, or the Gulamel and the Arthalion on the next turn. And we can swing over the Cupsy because it's getting boosted by 1,000, but it's only 1,000, so we can beat in. So we can beat in with the Uka here, just deal a little poke damage. And then we're gonna pass on this here. So this is kind of nice, right? We have 2 light beasts that we can bounce, but we're going to also add the Cupsy back, which is going to just be a really good starter for us here. It puts us in a simplified game state. He draws the card, and then in draw phase, we're thinking of what we want to do, right? At this point, this is where I'm not a big fan of fusion decks, right? Because in a simplified game state, it's kind of hard to get recursion, just because whatever he's top deck here, I don't think I'm really afraid of, right? So we're gonna bounce here. We're gonna bounce his guys. We're gonna bounce my guys. And so if he opens Lucius, even if he adds Phimina, he's not going to be able to play, right? Maybe if he top decked into a Frixel, it might be something. You know, he can summon it out, summon back. I don't think he ever went into Lucius, so I don't think he has a Lucius in graveyard. That's where we're gonna bounce the guys back, and so we'll see what his top deck is going to be, right? If it's a Malulu, it's not gonna do anything just because he doesn't have any materials. If it's a Lucius, he also doesn't have any material. If he adds a Phimina, it's not gonna be anything. If he's got a Rahu, that's not gonna do anything. If it's a Kitu, same thing. I don't have any monsters, and so he's going to call it there. He top deck into Phimina, and that just will not be enough. And so, but yeah, so that was round 1 against Dracotail. We end up doing a couple more practice, or like just kind of for fun games after this, since we finished pretty quick. But the deck build that I'm running, we're running 21 non-engine. So it ends up being like 3 Ash, 3 Valor, 3 Bell, 3 Imperm, 3 Purge, and then we have, you know, cross out called by talents, and then the rest is just engine, right? Or and the quick plays and the field spells. So yeah, that's gonna be it for game 1 or round 1 here against Dracotail, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.